Hey guys, it's Aaron the Ho, and today we are going to do the full review for the Catalyst waterproof case for the iPhone 5 and the 5S. This is one of my most favorite iPhone cases out of the dozens and dozens that we've reviewed, but it's not going to be the everyday rugged iPhone case that I'm going to recommend. And I'm going to elaborate on that in a bit. It has to deal with the drop protection of the case. We gave the Catalyst a score of 4.06 A's out of 5, which is still pretty high given that there is a pretty big caveat, and really the only case that is better based on our usage is actually the Life-Proof Nude. Now we are giving one of these cases away. Catalyst has agreed to send one of you guys one of these cases, so do stay tuned to figure out how to enter that draw. Real usage, real reviews. Mobilereviews-eh.ca. So before we rate our cases, we actually spend time with them. It's a novel idea, I know, but we've unboxed it, we've installed it, we've taken a closer look at some of the unique features of the case, we've dropped it as well as drowned it, and we are going to compare it against other cases. Now this isn't the first Catalyst case that we reviewed. We reviewed the Survivor+Catalyst, and they're kind of generally the same shape. However, there's a lot of improvements to the Catalyst case over the Survivor+Catalyst, and that's really exciting to me because it just shows that, you know, Catalyst is a company that is trying to improve their product. Unlike some other cases, like the Life-Proof cases, whose screen protectors are exactly the same, despite being pixely, rainbowy. Oh, don't get me started on that. The Catalyst provides great screen accessibility, incredible waterproofing at 16.4 feet. It's pretty easy to install, and it's fairly cheap at $65. And the TouchID membrane on the case looks way better than the plastic, sticky-looking membranes on other cases. Things that aren't great about the Catalyst is that the fact that there is a higher chance that your iPhone might come out during a 6-foot drop. There is a bit of glare coming from the screen protector, and the fact that you got to pay $15 for a headphone jack extension if your headphones don't fit into the hole in the bottom of the Catalyst. So you take a $65 case, you add $15, that's an $80 case. So if you have to include all those things, that's really not that much cheaper. Sorry. Also, the headphone jack extension is not waterproof. So we're going to take the next few minutes and we're going to go over the big points about the Catalyst waterproof case. Now, if you need a complete breakdown over all the scores, we rate everything against 9 to 10 scores depending on the case. Do check out the website review. We've got a comprehensive table for the Catalyst waterproof case. The links are in the description section below. In terms of design, the Catalyst is one of the lightest, least bulky cases that we've reviewed. Installing the case is a cinch, but you do need to be careful since the installation process isn't completely foolproof. The case has no rubber bumpers around it, so every drop or scratch will show up on the case. In terms of protection, the Catalyst case is waterproof up to 16.4 feet, and that's the deepest depth of all the everyday rugged cases that we've reviewed. The only other cases that allow your iPhone to go deeper are the HitCase Pro and the Optrix XT5, and as you can see, they're in a completely different class when compared to the Catalyst. Now, when it comes to drop protection, this case, the Catalyst, is rated up to 6.6 feet, and it meets, according to Catalyst, the mil standard 810G for shock and drop. Now, if you've been following our coverage of the Catalyst case, you'll know that the back of the case actually came flying off during one of our drop tests at about 6 feet. Now, the case didn't come apart all the time, so I asked you guys, what do you guys think about the drop test? Did it pass or not? Jen's Life09 said no, as there's way too many what-ifs for the case. Sam Chonick said, I don't think you should trust it. Eric Linney said, not worth it. On Facebook, Leonardo and Luigi said no as well. Now, there are some people who did say yes, such as Tommy Bobby, and so did Creepy Couple Pasta. Megan554 also said it passes, but not 100%, which I completely agree, because 4.5 successful drops out of 6 isn't great. You would expect 6 out of 6 successful drops, but it's still going to protect your iPhone from generic everyday drops. Now, I did reach out to Catalyst, and the reply that I got was that as long as the device isn't damaged and the case isn't damaged, then it's considered drop-proof to the advertised height. So there you have it. They also did say that I would be hard-pressed in finding other comparable cases that wouldn't come apart occasionally during other 6-foot drops. Aaron, be nice. No, I have to. Be nice. No. This is the first time that this has happened on our channel. I was excited when it came apart. Now, other cases that have survived multiple 6-foot drops, the OtterBox Preserver, the Incipio Atlas, the Life-Proof Free, the Life-Proof Nude. Catalyst's own Survivor+Catalyst survived a 6-foot drop. The Lunatic Tactic Extreme, the HitCase Pro, the Optrix XT5, the CDO OBEC, Pelican Vault CE 1180, the Ballistic Hydra, the Lunatic Strike. All these cases survived multiple 6-foot drops and they didn't come apart. Oh, that felt good. So if you're thinking about getting the Catalyst case, that is really the only caveat. This is the only case that has come apart on us during one of our drop tests. So you kind of have to weigh how much are you actually going to drop it from 6 feet. That's kind of where the case would come apart from that height from what we've seen. Your everyday coming out of your pocket and it falls out, there's a good chance that the iPhone is going to be protected by the case. So, you got to weigh that risk. Now, in terms of accessing your iPhone, the Catalyst is great. Voice calls aren't muted. The sound coming from the speakers is actually pretty good, despite the fact that there is no hole for the sound to come out of at the bottom of the speaker. Our close-up video has an explanation of why this actually works. All the sound functions of the case perform as well or better than the life-proof Nude. The TouchID membrane does its job fairly well. Now, I did have a bit of trouble during the install video. It's not a problem with the case, it's a problem with how I put my thumb on the sensor. You just kind of have to change how you do it. Minor gripe for me is that the True Tone flash hole I don't think is big enough. So the edges of your flash photos are going to be slightly discolored. In terms of the screen protector, there is a bit of glare to deal with, but you guys preferred the Catalyst over the Free during one of our Facebook polls, so I guess the score is better than average. You really can't feel the gap between the touchscreen and the screen protector, and also there are no annoying rainbowing effects, which is great. So again, that's all we got for the Catalyst waterproof iPhone case. Got a big caveat for the drop protection, but it still gets a score of 4.06 A's out of 5 because it is a very good case. If this is the first time you're watching one of our videos, I do encourage you to click subscribe. Our channel is all about helping you get the most out of iOS, so product reviews, news, tips, and tricks. This video is all about helping you figure out if you want to get the Catalyst or not. We put out 2 to 3 videos a week. It's actually probably more, but I'm going to say 2 to 3 to give myself a reason to sometimes slack off during the week. Now for the draw, Catalyst is awesome enough to give one of you guys, one of the viewers, one of these cases. Now in order to enter that draw, you are going to have to use Twitter. You're going to have to go to Mobilereviews-eh Twitter page. You're going to follow us, and then you're going to send us a tweet telling us which color that you would prefer to have. Your choices are Alpine White, Radiant Orchid, Pacific Blue, which is the one that I'm holding, and Stealth Black. Now, there are a few more things that you need to do. You need to take a picture of something that is awesome, right? It could be anything, I don't really care, but it has to be a picture of something awesome, as well as using the hashtags Catalyst Lifestyle, Catalyst Case, and waterproof, hashtag waterproof. Now I know that seems like a lot of things to do for this case, but hey, I had to work to get this case, I had to work to get this review, you guys have to work to get this case as well. I made it easy. Go to our webpage, I've got a list of all the steps that you need to do. Again, a picture of something awesome, you need to include that. If you have any questions about this case, ask them in the comment section below, or find us on Facebook, Twitter, as well as Google+. I'm Aaron the Ho. I think I'm done talking. Keep your iPhone generally safe, extremely dry with the Catalyst waterproof case, and generally drop-proof, generally. Thank you for watching.